Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Throwing is McDonald. His throw incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 54. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. I'm here all day. I'm here.
Operating from the gun, McDonald. Looking downfield for Godwin. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst...
Oh, the Buccaneer pressured too much. Down he goes. Devin White in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Take it at the 37. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Now a first down carry by Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, McDonald. He completes this into the hands of Miller. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
He may try and run for this. The 20. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game.
And he holds it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Good. Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Cowboys 0.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
18-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
It's a gain of 35.
Cowboys.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Buccaneers 16-yard line.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On first down, McDonald. Flush to his right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Mike 5-5. And here we go. Watch the
On third down, McDonald. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
3 down. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
To throw again, McDonald. And this is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
To throw on 3rd down, McDonald. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Neville Gallimore with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
13. Buccaneers 7.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Davis now to return it. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First down, Cowboys.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And some space here. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
54 Mike. 54 Mike.
Operating from the gun, McDonald. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there at 22.
At the 39-yard line.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need...
In trouble, and he's taken down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
54, right there. 54 Mike. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
To throw on second down, McDonald. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
The tackle made.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. So still 14 yards to go, second down. From the gun, McDonald. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
10-10.
So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. Now a hit and a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag. Down. So let's see what this is about. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Cowboys 27, Buccaneers 7.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Forced out to his left, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. McDonald sets to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete.
On the throw.
Now that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing again on second and 10. McDonald to the right side, complete to Miller. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So the face mask moves him closer, and now first and goal. Operating from the gun. McDonald, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jalen Smith came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
The 17-yard line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Looking to throw on second down. McDonald. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Prescott from the gun, letting one fly deep for Cooper. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Greg Zuerlein lining up for the point after.
So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
55, Mike, 55. Yeah, you don't want none.
A final shot before break. McDonald, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Around the 27-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Throwing on 1st down. McDonald, completion left side to Miller. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, McDonald. And he's got room. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Operating from the gun, McDonald. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard. That'll bring up second down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Looking downfield for Godwin. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
On third down, McDonald. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 32. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his third interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
At the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score.
Touchdown.
Ezekiel Elliott. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
The kick is good.
And he puts it through.
Makes the score Cowboys 48. Buccaneers 7.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Here's second and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again. McDonald. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Darian Thompson. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Intercepted by the Cowboys.
With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time.
Ezekiel
To get to 8. Are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Julian Blackmon on the tackle. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down. On
3rd down, it's Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 11 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a toss running left, Akers. And everyone on their assignment defensively there as he'll be taken down behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6.
Set the tone, defense. 19 light. Defense, let's go. Hey, check one. Watch it go.
To throw on 3rd down. McDonald. And now here is another interception. Picked by Darian Thompson. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
At the 43.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception. And I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well. I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
And it's 3rd down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
On 1st and 10, McDonald. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Darian Thompson. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
2nd and 6.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
On the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. McDonald, that's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Intended for Scott.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind him.
It's 4th down.
57 the mic. Squeeze, double. 57's the mic. Rock 57.
On 4th down, McDonald escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Prescott fires one out wide, complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and instill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Pass
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
First and 10 at the 19-yard
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the gun, McDonald. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Another 1st down as they called his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, McDonald eluding the pressure right. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. 8 more yards this time, coming off back-to-back 1st down pickups. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field.
Buccaneers.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. From the gun, McDonald dancing to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he finds Howard complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on 4th and goal.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 5. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Today's final score, Cowboys.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Dallas, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
second nature. All is automatic.
Animal instinct, you fools hurt. Jesus will.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power and look at my dogs from. Way back then, could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb.